Brad Gray, form analyst for Racing New South Wales, joins us on the Punters Lounge Live. Brad, good morning to you. What presents in terms of weather and track conditions in Sydney today?
Good morning, Jason. Yeah, we're a good 4 at the moment at the rail in the True. Traditionally, that can throw a bit of a mixed pattern, but more recently, it's a pretty even track, so I think all runners will get their chance. As for the weather, a little bit overcast, but I think they're tipping a little bit of rain, maybe after the races, so I think we should get through unscathed, fingers crossed.
The Autumn Sun has only been beaten once in 7 starts, and to describe that defeat as stiff would be an understatement. Does he turn up and win the Randwick Guineas, or is that being overly bullish?
No, I think you're 100% right. He's $1.55 in our markets over here at the moment. I don't know if you're getting a little bit extra over in New Zealand, but I think a lot of people are thinking that Nikita Jane was the main danger. I wouldn't be surprised if a little bit of support does come for her, because the gap in the market is probably a little bit too wide. I think we're going to watch a replay of him winning the Hobartville first up. But Nikita Jane's problem is the barrier. It means that she's going to have to give the Autumn Sun a start in the race, which seems very unlikely to be able to run down a colt of his quality. And we know how he's got that real will to win, as we saw evident in the Hobartville. He ran some really sharp splits out of the last 600 metres, warmed up through his gears. And in that interview that we heard from Chris Waller a little bit earlier in the intro, he's back on a good track out to the mile. Good luck beating him here. I think he'll win, and I think he'll win pretty comfortably.
You did touch on Nikita Jane. Is sort of the groundswell of support for her? Obviously, she's cut out some super sectionals, but is that sort of people searching for that horse that could upset the favourite?
I think so. When you find a horse at $1.50, a lot of punters obviously can't chime in at those odds. They just look at the next most likely, and it is certainly Nikita Jane. She's the clear standout outside of Vega Days, who we're rolling along out in front. And he looks like second fiddle again to the Autumn Sun. But yeah, you're right. Nikita Jane does look a likely logical danger, and I think that swell of support will come on the back of punters just not wanting to chime in at $1.50, which might push out the Autumn Sun to $1.65, $1.70. Who knows?
How do you slot in Madison County? Obviously, you know, the odds suggest that nowhere near as good a chance as the Autumn Sun, who's $1.55 here in New Zealand as well. But sort of how do you line him up? Do you think he's capable of finishing into the first 3?
Well, I'd be surprised, Jason. You're probably better placed than me to give us Aussies a little bit of a leg up on it. But its record is very good. Last start there, it hit the line pretty sweetly. But lining it up with a horse like Longleaf has been in a different class to the Autumn Sun previously. So I find it hard to see him running a race here against a colt of that quality.
Yeah, that is the line, isn't it? The Longleaf line, which
right.
has him potentially even at sort of 30 and 40 to 1. That said, he probably didn't get things go exactly how he wanted them in the Karaka 3-year-old. So with slightly more truer tempo, I think he probably would have beaten Longleaf, but that's a moot point. We could discuss that to the day ends. Race number 6 is the other Group 1. It's the Canterbury Stakes. We've got Trapeze Artist at $2.90. Kementari, Special K. What do we do with Special K? The blinkers go on him. $6 Shoals, and Parata there is in commission at $4. How did you see the Canterbury League Club Stakes?
Is he losing that Special K nickname?
No,
I think
not yet. Grand final time. This must be his grand final, mustn't it?
Yeah, you'd think so. As you say, the blinkers on 1,300 metres. It's a race tailor-made for him. He's drawn very sweetly in 3, so certainly get his chance. But he had every chance in the Ore as well. I think a few punters are wearing a little bit thin on Special K, so he's really got to stand up. The last time he actually won was on this day 12 months ago, the Randwick Guineas, when he beat Parata and Trapeze Artist. So maybe history repeats there, but I find it hard to come into him. He's got to prove that he's a winner to me again. Trapeze Artist is your favourite, but I think he's a little bit vulnerable. I know that Gerald Ryan's mixed up his campaign a little bit to try and offset that traditional second up flat run he has, but I'm still very wary of him here. I think he's more of a grand final horse, so I'm going to let him go around without me on this occasion and jump back on the bandwagon in the TJ Smith, because we know where he explodes there, third up. But for me, Shoals is the forgotten runner. We're going to have a look at the Premier Stakes as far as a replay goes, and she was absolutely outstanding this day. This was second up last campaign, and she really thundered to the line. She ran some amazing sectionals home. And then she went her favourite in the Everest. She flopped, but that was simply due to the wet track. So 1,300 metres suggests she's really forward here first up to run a big race. And I'm just hoping that, it's a bit of a messy speed map, I'm hoping that they sort each other out. They shuffle around a little bit, and Shoals is the one just out the back smoking the pipe and rushing home over the top.
She's a beauty, Shoals. She's often underrated, but she's got a better than 50% winning record and won $2.6 million. So you can understand why you're with the daughter of Fastnet Rock. But yep, I'm going to give Special K one more chance with the blinkers on. Excellent second up record, back the Randwick way of going, back right-handed. Just think that he might be ready to explode. But yeah, it will be the last time I'll be on Kementari. All right, how about your best for the program?
The rest of the program's it's a really deep card. I think it's outside of your two really short favourites. Of course, we're going to see the return of Redzel and Challenge Stakes going around at short odds. But outside of that, you can really play around. It's a nice day to have a punt. The best bit of the day for me comes up in the opening race, Sprite. She's got a fair share of weight, 59 kilos, Karen McAvoy rides. But to offset that weight is the fact that she comes out of 4 Group 1 races, her last 4 starts, and 3 of those were at weight for age. So you've got a weight for age, a horse with genuine weight for age Group 1 sprinting form coming back to a Group 3 against the mares. I think that bodes really well for her. She's a get-back kind of horse, but I don't think she's ever been going any better than she is right now. So I expect her to give them a start and gobble these up. Just hoping they run along enough for her. Apart from that, I think we can have a good bet on Shoals. It's one I touched on a little bit earlier. I expect her to trim up and keep trimming up from the odds she currently is at the moment. And we'll save one for a little bit later in the day, race 8. This is the Aspiration Natoya. Now, I'm hoping I'm not jumping on a start too early on this mare, but I think she's come back as well as she ever has. She fits into a race really nicely like this. There's not a great deal of speed. So I'm just hoping that Blake Shin can punch up on the inside and have a midfield, because she's going well enough to give a race like this a real shake. She was stiff in this race last year. She half missed a start, had to loop the field and just missed swooping down the outside. So if she puts in a performance like that, around the $9 mark, I think she's worthy of an each-way ticket, because if she's going to win a race this preparation, I think this is the one.